What is the creepiest paranormal encounter you've had? I was born and grew up in a town called Shrewsbury, in Shropshire, England. The town has a reputation of being one of the most haunted places in the world. The town is well over 1,000 years old, a lot of the ruins of old buildings remain, even in the town center. Everyone I know growing up had some sort of experience, haunted or otherwise, at some point in their lives. So, getting to my most haunted experience that spans a number of years, these aren't my only experiences, but this is the one that has affected me the most. My grandparents have a house that all of the family, my mother and her siblings, grew up in. This house has a back bedroom that gives off a vibe that you just don't want to fuck with. It's the only room in the house that has the door always closed and is now used as a storeroom that my nan refuses to enter alone. It was used when I was a kid as spare bedroom for when me and my brother would stay over, but we hated being at that room. One night, me and my brother were asleep in there and I woke up just in time to look over and see the lighting fixture on the ceiling next to my head. I can even remember the feeling of the cold plaster touching my cheek right before whatever the fuck was lifting me let go. I hit the mattress and immediately started screaming, obviously, and my dad burst into the room to find out what happened. I told him everything, but he was obviously skeptical, but I even remember him saying that the room was very cold even though the heating was on and there was an odd feeling he couldn't explain. My brother, who was asleep during my incident, said he had a dream that night of an old man standing over him shouting for him to get out, and to this day he is reluctant to talk about it because of how real it felt. Now, this is where it starts to get worse. I was told this was over a month after the first incident, but I was at home, in my house, the other side of the town, and it happened again. Me and my brother at this time used bunk beds and I slept on the top bunk. My dad was downstairs watching TV and all of a sudden he said he got a feeling something was wrong, then realized the feeling he felt was the same as it was when I had the incident at my nan's. He ran upstairs, burst into the room just in time to catch me falling from the ceiling. I had been picked up, lifted over the bed safety rail, and was hanging with my head tilted towards the ground, and my dad burst in to see me hanging there in midair for a split second before dropping, and he caught me. He was terrified and could never explain what happened. Nothing ever happened again, until I was in my mid-20s. My nan was heading out somewhere for an overnight stay, so I said I would stay the night, feed the dogs and sleep on the sofa. I did everything stated, went to sleep on the sofa, but woke up in the morning in the spare room, at the back of the room behind a load of storage boxes. It took me 5 minutes of moving the boxes out of my way to reach the door to get out, and to this day, now 14 years later, I've no idea how the hell I got in that room, over those boxes and to the back section of the room without damaging anything. I've never been more frightened after waking up in all my life, and I've never stayed another night in that house since. My nan refuses to talk about that room. My granddad was the same prior to his death. I've no idea what happened in that house, what spirit or worse is living in that back room, but I'll never go back in that room for as long as I live.